M. Night Shyamalan has given us his next film, Trap, and I didn't know what I was going to think into this movie because I heard a lot of mixed things. I saw this movie later than some people, and also a lot of people didn't like Knock at the Cabin. I liked that movie. A lot of people didn't like Glass, and at first I really liked it, but then over time I kind of grew out of that one a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know. But some of his movies have been really interesting lately, so I really didn't like Old. So he's such a hit or miss director, but I love the concept for this one. I love Josh Hartnett as an actor, so I went into this one pretty optimistic, and I would say the first hour of this movie, like all the bits within the concert, were fucking fantastic. Josh Hartnett is so. Besides a few moments of like odd as shit dialogue, they do a great job shooting the concert. They do a great job of having him basically. Josh Hartnett's always like leaving his daughter at the concert, and he's got these plans and these things he's doing, trying to figure out how to get out and what to do, and there's all these different angles to everything. And I constantly felt tense, unnerved throughout all of it. The only thing that I was missing through that first act is I thought it was pretty terrible how this movie kind of just threw you into the concert setting. Like, you didn't really understand this dude as a serial killer. Like, he was not, you don't really get to see him actually serial killing at all in this movie. It literally is all in that concert for the first hour. And I will talk spoilers when I talk about what's after that first hour and why that didn't work for me, but I'll warn you before that. So I didn't like any of that. Then it's been pretty widely publicized that M. Night Shyamalan's daughter is in this movie, and she's actually, I'll say this, she's really pretty, genuinely, and she's really good at this as this character, Lady Raven, and her singing. Right, she recorded her own songs, and she's good at it. Right, her acting's okay. It's not perfect, but that's fine. It works for this kind of movie. But there comes a point where she's in it too much, and that just destroys this whole fucking movie. And I feel like this movie needed a stronger setup to make everything connect better. And then what happens in the last act just really fucking bothered me and just felt very nepotism. So let's talk about that. Spoilers now. I think this movie is still worth watching for its pros because you'll get something out of it. But I can't say this movie was as good as I hoped, and that's where I stand with this. So that's my short review, non-spoiler. Now the spoilers. I think this nepotism thing is like pretty bad. At least it felt that way, because at a certain point, basically Josh Hartnett's character realizes, okay, I can't get out of here unless I get my daughter on stage. So he lies about his daughter having leukemia, gets M. Night Shyamalan, actual M. Night Shyamalan in the movie, to put him on the stage, which is just, come on, man. This is ridiculous. So you're having your dad set up the way you get to meet your daughter. It was like, okay. So then they get up on the stage, she dances with her, and then he's like, listen, you're gonna take me in your limo, and we're gonna sneak out of this concert. And wants to go suspect the thing. So he gets out of the concert, and then she basically sits in the house, manages to escape. See, my problem with all this is like, it suddenly becomes no longer about the premise that you sold me. It's about M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. And even at the end of it, she saves the guy that he was threatening to kill. And she, like, saves the day here. And you're like, no, like, what is this? This is not what you sold me on. And it just keeps going, and she's just in it so much. And it's a lot of sequences with this family in the house where she's like, or everyone's like praising her, talking about how they love her. And you're like, this is cool, but this is not what I was sold on. And I don't think any of it was particularly bad, but it just felt awkward because I'm just sitting here like, I know why this is here. It's because M. Night Shyamalan wanted to show off his pretty daughter and her nice acting skills and her singing ability, and that's great. But you know what? It still hurt the movie that you were making, and it's unfortunate. So for me, did not like this movie overall because of those reasons. Would I watch it again? Probably, just to see if I maybe hate it a little bit less. I am curious though, the way this movie ends. Are we going to get more with this character? I think he escapes at the end of the movie. I could see us getting some sequels, or maybe a prequel, kind of diving into some actual killings, because he doesn't really do a lot of that. And I don't know. It was an interesting ride for this movie. I wasn't a big fan, but which is just so sad because the way this movie started, I was ready to come out of the theater and go, fuck yeah, I love this movie. But it was just like, alright.